We're going to move on to some lower body work. For our lower body series, we are going to begin with a chair psoas stretch. These are posturally tight muscles, and we want to make sure we release them before we begin our hamstring and glute work, balance work. So you'll sit profile in a chair so you're supported and you're not over recruiting your quadriceps. Begin with your dominant leg back. Once you're in your lunge, option to keep that back knee bent so that we don't hike the hips. You want even pressure throughout all 10 metatarsals. So that front foot is grounded. You can always put a yoga block or a book under it if you have a tall chair. Your outside arm can come up into shoulder flexion, straight up in the air. Inhale, you can straighten the back leg if your hip flexors are a little looser, deepening the stretch. And once again, imagine I'm pulling your pelvis towards the floor and you're pulling your pelvic floor muscles up against it. You can take lateral flexion to deepen the stretch in the hip flexors. We'll be here for a full minute since this is a postural stretch for lordosis. If the hip flexors are tight, they can cause psoas dysfunction, which can actually shift the diaphragm and affect your sound. So since this is for actors and singers, a program for actors and singers, you really want to make sure you open up your psoas and you don't have dysfunction going on with this muscle group because it can affect your voice tremendously. And give me 2 more breaths here, deepening into that hip flexor complex stretch. And on your next exhale, slowly make your way to the other side, setting up, remembering that all your metatarsals should be grounded. If your foot is rolling in or out, put pressure on the opposite side to even it out. Pelvis grounds down, pelvic floor muscles lift in and up, shoulders plug down, lift the chin a little higher than you think so that we don't get that forward head syndrome. Plug the shoulders down, widen the collarbone, and just breathe. Deepening into the stretch. Before you begin any vocalizing, this is a great stretch to do just to loosen up this area that can aggravate a lot of other muscles and pull you out of alignment. Square your torso to whatever wall's in front of you. Make sure when you bend, you don't twist. Keeping the whole body square to the wall in front of you. 4 more inhales. And exhales, deepening into the stretch. And once you complete those, we're going to bring the lightest loop band around our ankles. And we have that lightest Theraband tied to our foam roller. We're going to bring the foam roller to the wall. So the circular part is right by the wall and the band is farthest away from the wall. With your loop band around your feet, around your ankles, and the lightest band wrapped around your knuckles. It'll be on the outside. I would start with your dominant hand holding the band. You're standing profile to the wall, one hand on the wall, and one hand is wrapped around that band on the outside. So we're going to slowly make our way. The band is on farthest away from the wall. And when you step onto the foam roller, we're going to move into an isometric hold of a hamstring curl. So your inside foot, bringing the band around your ankles, the inside foot is going to come into the arch of the band. The lightest Theraband is on the outside of the roller, farthest away from the wall, in your outside hand. Go ahead and step up onto the roller, holding onto the wall with your inside hand. Bend your knees as you get on. Wrap the toes around the roller. Bring the inside foot, the arch, into the band and come into a hamstring curl. Inner thighs are together. Point the toes. Bring your outside arm up to scaption, a high V in line with the chest. Palm facing in towards the chest. Plug the shoulders down. Isometric hold here. Notice the pelvis. Is it even? Can you get it even by pulling the inner thighs back and the pelvis towards the roller? Soften the sternum in, plug the shoulders down. Hold inhale 1, breathe. Exhale 1, focusing on stability. Inhale 2, take your eyes up. Exhale 2. Inhale 3. Exhale 3. Inhale 4. Exhale, 4. From here, we're going to move into some movement. We're going to take that leg into a hamstring kickback, and that arm will go up at the same time into scaption, the motion it was just doing. So it goes out on the exhale, in on the inhale. Exhale, inner thighs pull back, arm comes up. Inhale, pelvis pulls towards the roller to keep you right on it. Exhale back, inhale in. Don't sit into your supporting hip. Lift up through the obliques. Keep the collarbone wide. Shoulder blades retracted. 2 more. 2. And last one. And 1. We'll slowly step off the roller and come to the other side. Make sure every time you step up onto the roller, you have a hand on the wall, bar, or counter, and your knees are not locked out. You're soft in the knees. I advise using ToeSox because it gives you more grip on the roller. From here, inside foot's going to come into that hamstring curl, plantar flexion of the foot, inner thighs together, palm facing in as the arm comes up, wrist is slightly below the shoulder blades are together. Lift the chin up, apple distance between the chin and chest. Imagine my hands on your pelvis pulling it down on the inhale, inner thighs pulling back to the wall behind you on the exhale, finding more pelvic stability, a deeper lift in your pelvic floor. Hear your inhales and hear your exhales. Inhale through the mouth or the nose, exhale out the mouth. That exhale will sound like Darth Vader or like you're fogging a mirror. One more time, inhale. And exhale, and let's move into the movement now. We're going to exhale to kick back into the hamstring curl and lift the arm. Inhale to bring the limbs in. Exhale back because the leg lowers a bit in the hamstring kickback, which is why most of the time when something lowers, and since the focus is more the leg here for lower body, I want to cue the breathing as such. Exhale back. Inhale, pelvis pulls down as you come in. Exhale back. Inhale, pelvis pulls down. Don't look down. Keep your focus up. Exhale. And inhale, 4 more. We've got 4. Doing great. And 3. Keep lifting up through your pelvic floor, plugging your shoulders down. 2. Use your toes, especially the toes that are holding you on that roller. Bone of the big toe and baby toe. 1 more. Exhale out. And inhale in. Slowly make your way off of the roller. Keep the roller where it is. You can drop the Theraband. You won't need it for this next exercise, but keep it tied and keep it on the roller. You're going to take the lightest loop band off and bring your heaviest loop band around your outer thighs. With the heaviest loop band around the outer thighs, the side you were just on, step up onto, the non-dominant side. 1 hand on the wall, your outside arm will be free. Kick your outside heel to your butt and grab that foot with your outside hand. Quadriceps stretch here. Wrap the toes of the inside foot around the roller for security. You can plantar flex or dorsiflex the foot that's back, kicking towards your butt. You're in a hamstring curl, yeah, and you're holding. So this is dancer's pose in yoga. If you're wobbling too much and this is too hard, you can always do this on the floor, but we're working to really find our pelvis and to really turn off our hip flexors and use our core, hamstrings, and glutes to increase strength in our sound and our resonance. So keep the chin lifted up onto the spine, shoulders rolled onto the back. Each breath is a chance to take the thigh back, to pull the pelvis down more, to pull the pelvic floor muscles in and up. So this, keep breathing here. Inhale should be your dominant leg that you're stretching. Inhale. And exhale. And 1 more breath. Inhale. And I want you to slowly make your way off, coming to the second side for our final stretch in our lower body series. When you make your way up again, reminder for safety purposes, soft bend in the knees, always have a hand on the wall. Once you're stable, inhale, pelvis pulls down, exhale, inner thighs pull back. When I say down, I mean towards the foot that is on the roller. And notice if you're rolling in or out on the foot. Where do you need more energy? I find myself having to shift and find where where in the foot, when I put pressure, I can really access the back of my legs, the central hamstrings, the lateral hamstrings, and the glutes. Where do I need to go to turn off the front of my thigh and hip flexor? So pull up through your pelvic floor and find the hamstrings on that supporting leg. It's really important. Keep breathing. Inhale and exhale. 3 more breaths. Inhale, pull the pelvis down. Exhale, pull the inner thighs back. Again, inhale, pull the pelvis down. And exhale, inner thighs pull back. And last time, inhale, pelvis pulls towards the roller. And exhale, lower that leg, slowly coming off that roller. Great job.